Today's Fantasy Football Almost Daily is brought to you by Safe Leagues. If you don't have 12 friends who are interested in a dynasty league, don't worry. That's why we invented Safe Leagues. Safe Leagues are licensed, legal, and most importantly, safe fantasy leagues with our good friend Scott Fish as the commissioner. You can legally play in 42 states in Canada. However, you missed signups for this year for your dynasty leagues, but you know you want to for next year, so I'm putting it in your head right now. We're also brought to you by the NFFC. If you love high-stakes fantasy football, but not the grind of managed leagues, NFFC offers the best of both worlds with high-stakes best ball leagues. Buy-ins range from $150 to $400, with the top three in each league finishing in the money, and an overall grand prize of $30,000. Put your fantasy football knowledge to the ultimate test with their massive 30-round high-stakes best ball drafts. They're going on right now. Visit playnffc.com to sign up for more details. All right, let's kick it off with a little less than Jake. With me today, the commissioner of the largest charitable fantasy league in the world, the Scott Fish Bowl, a Matthew Berry Game Changer Award winner, one of the Athletics People of the Year for some year a few years ago, the leader of Fantasy Cares, the leader of Safe Leagues, a father to Ian and Mac, an amateur driveway bartender, the creator of both Devy Leagues and the exclamation point, the one and only Scott Fish. Hi, Scott.
One of those does not seem like a fact, but
you didn't create Debbie?
I'll let people sit back and try to guess which one of those things is. It's like 14 truths and a lie.
I welcome you back to the first episode of the rebooted Fantasy Football Almost Daily. You joined us back in the day when it was the old version, when we do Whiskey Wednesdays and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Have you cracked open a whiskey to celebrate?
No, that'll come in a few minutes when I get tired of whatever is being talked about. That's when the whiskey will. You can't get tired of what we're going to talk about.
I got some Church's Old Red Reserve right
here.
Get going.
Look at that.
I only have about half a bottle left though, and I kind of want to save it.
Yeah, I get it. I drank my bottle and I recycled the bottle. I feel like I should have at least kept the bottle as a memory, a keepsake, kind of like those Start Sit coins that we used to have.
Oh, like these?
Yes. I have a few of those downstairs myself.
Yeah, I got 4 or 5 of them, and I'm like, I'll probably give them out to somebody randomly at one point when we do one of the Fantasy Football Weekly live shows, but sure. Obviously, Fantasy Football Almost Daily, the companion show to Fantasy Football Weekly. It will be hosted by me on a almost daily basis during the football season. And Fish, you're going to be around maybe once a week to kind of crack wise and see how football's going.
Yeah. I'll jump by from time to time. People will hear my voice. They'll get sick of my voice is what'll happen. I'll be on too much probably.
That's mostly it. I mean, I'm personally already sick of my own voice. So
yeah.
All right. Today we're going to talk about 4 players that we're trying to acquire in dynasty leagues before the season begins. We're going to examine some big names on the move in dynasty league using DLF's Trade Finder, but it's also NFL roster cutdown day, which means there's much movement going on around the league. So let's go around the league.
News team assemble.
You like that?
That is incredible. I love the chicken with the chicken. I like them a little in the corner. It looks like a chicken, and you're both holding what probably is money bags, but they could also be upside down drumsticks. They
are drumsticks, actually. They're not money bags. Me and the chicken like to eat cartoon chicken drumsticks together.
And you eat them upside down.
Yeah, we eat them boned first, which is clearly the way to do it.
That's incredible.
Uh, let's start with some news. Our good friend Terry McLaurin ends his holdout and signs a big old contract with the Commanders. Terry turns 30 in just 3 weeks. Scott, where does he rank amongst dynasty wide receivers for you? And I can give you some context if you want.
I mean, if you want to give me context, fine. But among dynasty wide receivers, I would guess I probably still have him. I don't know. He's not in my top 10.
No. He's not in my top 20.
I was just gonna say probably in the 25 to 36 range, probably a wide receiver 3.
I have him tied at wide receiver 23 right now. He's the same range as Jordan Addison, Devonta Smith, DJ Moore, DK Metcalf.
Okay.
And this is mostly an age thing on Terry.
Yeah, he's 29, entering a 3-year deal, and this is where wide receivers start to tail off a little bit.
Yeah, he turns 30 in 3 weeks. So this is his age 30 season. He'll be, I think, by the 3rd week of the NFL season, he will already have hit that big 3-0.
At least he's ending it on a strong offense.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's some regression coming for Jaden Daniels in the Washington offense, or is it all systems go in your mind?
I think it's mostly all systems go. I could see the regression, but honestly, QBs from year 1 to year 2 don't often regress that often. I mean, CJ Stroud did it, but usually they progress. They don't regress. I feel it's still all systems go. I know last year was just an absurd year for Washington. They overachieved most people's expectations, but with that roster, I don't see a really good reason why it would regress.
They have a lot of weapons, including Deebo Samuel, who they recently got, and I'm really interested to see if Deebo's got anything left in the tank.
Yeah, that will be something. It's even if he's a role player with his skill set, it's something out on the field that defenses have to account for in multiple ways, even if he's lost a step.
All right, topic number 2, the Raiders wide receiver room. It's in complete upheaval right now. They signed Amari Cooper yesterday, shortly after Jacoby Myers requested a trade. And I don't really know what Jacoby Myers is doing here, because is he a wide receiver 1 on any other team in the league?
Yeah, he's been very consistent and fun for fantasy because he goes overlooked and people he's just not a sexy name to have on your team, but he's been really sneakily good for the Raiders. I'm honestly not sure what he's doing, other than maybe he sees the writing on the wall that he wants to get one last, nice extension contract. It is interesting. I'm interested to see if Amari Cooper has anything left. I'm in Dante Thornton. I would like. I'm trying to pick him up in leagues. It might just be Bowers and Genty getting most of that work on that team, though.
Well, and that was my next question. Are you just completely avoiding the Raiders passing game outside of Geno and Brock Bowers, and a little, Ashton Genty's involved in the passing game? But
yeah, clearly. But I mean, I wouldn't say avoiding. I would say that all the other pieces are so cheap that it's not the worst thing in the world to take a shot at one of those. They're going to be playing from behind in a lot of games. And Jacoby Myers was very usable last year. If he's gone, maybe the last round pick on a Thornton or a Amari Cooper makes sense. Or if Jacoby stays, it really matters on where they're going, and they're going so late that I'm willing to take shots. I really haven't yet, but I'm willing to take shots.
All right. The Texans have released Trent Brown from their O-line and have been fielding trade offers for left tackle Cam Robinson. And evidently, they like former Minnesota Golden Gopher and second-round pick Ariante Ursery enough to make him the starting left tackle in week 1. Scott, the Houston offensive line was bad last year.
Terrible.
It's very possible that they're worse now.
Yeah.
Will CJ Stroud have enough time to actually get Nico Collins the ball? And how does this affect how you're drafting Texans offensive players this year?
I think it's just him, honestly. It's probably just Nico. Stroud is in that QB 16 to 20 range for me, which is weird because in Dynasty, I would have, like, after his rookie year and maybe even before his rookie year. Well, after his rookie year, I thought he was like a top 5 quarterback. Yeah. And now not so much. Jaden Higgins is gonna get some love because where also the target's gonna go in that offense. That's just like they're gonna have to throw it to someone, and it can't be Nico all day. I trust in Nico, who's my wide receiver 3, to have just immense target volume, and he makes great contested catches. He runs crisp routes. I think he's gonna get open enough to be worth still that first or second round pick if you can get him there. Otherwise, I don't know that there's a player on this team that I'm investing anything early or mid rounds on.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to figure that one out. Actually, breaking news coming from my daughter, Haley Harrison, who just busted in next to me over at the studio here.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce news. He popped the question to Taylor Swift, and they are engaged to be married.
Wow.
There it is.
I see it.
Haley, would you like to come comment on the podcast?
That's incredible.
You got to get in the mic.
Hey guys.
Hey.
What am I saying?
Talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce a little bit.
I love Taylor Swift.
Who doesn't?
Travis Kelce's okay. But now I'm gonna watch football.
Good.
There we go. My daughter, Haley Harrison, on her way to the UW River Falls later this week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Exciting stuff.
That is exciting. I'm happy for them. I like Taylor. I had her first couple CDs like when they came out on actual CD, and my wife's a big Taylor fan. I'm cool with it. I like it. I think this might be a swan song. Awesome last year for Kelce. I think Mahomes is going to feed his boy for one final time.
It seems like there's more closet fantasy industry Swifties than people care to admit. I think that there's quite a few of us Swifties out there.
Yeah,
I don't need some Taylor Swift. I got her on the playlist here and there.
I went around the expo the last 2 years with the Taylor Swift bracelet on.
I went around the expo and went to the Taylor Swift booth.
Yeah. I'm just showing off my bracelets, whatever. No, I'm a Swiftie, sure.
All right. Before we jump into the Dynasty depths, I have to take a second and let you know about Game Blazers. Free cash games for cash prizes. Oh, yeah. That's what you get every week of the NFL season with Game Blazers, with guaranteed season-long prize pools. Get this, $750,000 in prize pools on Game Blazers this year. That's more than double last year's guaranteed total. Every week you can enter free contests and win your share of a minimum of $35,000 in cash prizes, plus complete objectives for rewards like XP to level up your battle pass and earn even more rewards. Download the app today and use code FFAD for a first-time deposit bonus of up to $100. You can build your ultimate fantasy team with Game Blazers, and we'll have a Game Blazers centric show coming up tomorrow with Rourke Struthers from Game Blazers, and Rourke is just a bottle of energy.
Yes, it's from those rugby days. He misses the scrums.
We can't really scrum from far away.
I know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I was at a craps table with Rourke in Las Vegas last February, and I was losing and he was winning, and he kept body checking me into like the area you're not supposed to go by the pit bosses and stuff. And I was like, Rourke, quit it. Come on. Oh man.
You're gonna get me in trouble.
I'm gonna get kicked out of Circa. All right, it's Dynasty time. Here's some players that have had a little trade heat lately, and I think that each of these players we're gonna go through four. they're kind of interesting. These are real trades that happened in my fantasy league, dynasty leagues, and we used our friends at Dynasty League Football's Trade Finder tool to find them. First up, I have Christian McCaffrey, Scott, and I got a couple of trades that McCaffrey has been involved in here.
Oh boy!
First off, I saw McCaffrey for this year's 109. They haven't had their rookie draft yet, but it's this year's 109, which is like Emeka Egbuka, Tyler Warren area.
Yeah.
Did you make that deal?
No. I mean, if you,
No, I would not.
I guess like if you are really contending, maybe, but like that is like you said, that's Warren, that's Egbuka, that's Golden, that's.
Oh, you said you wouldn't make the deal to give up Egbuka or Warren. I thought you were on the other side. You'd keep McCaffrey.
This is a classic rebuild versus contender trade.
Mm-hmm.
This is, and no, you are right. I'm telling you, I would probably rather have McCaffrey because I am a try to win now every year in Dynasty type of guy.
Yeah.
So you correctly sussed it out.
Okay.
I was giving all the players that we think are going to be good, but we don't fully know Egbuka's role. We think he's going to be the most of the starter, but Godwin will come back, and that offense, is it going to be as good as last year? Is Baker Mayfield going to be second in passing again? Tyler Warren, I think wheels are up for the future. We might talk about him later. He could be Brock Bowers in a year or two, but I don't trust that quarterback situation. And Matthew Golden is fighting off 4 other wide receivers for the Packers and Tyler Kraft. I feel like you're giving up a whole lot of sure thing fantasy points with a running back with by far the easiest schedule in the NFL.
So I think people are selling low on McCaffrey right now, which is kind of weird for me. There were several different Christian McCaffrey for just a single 2026 first round pick. And in my mind, I don't think I would mortgage McCaffrey for that bag of peanuts right now.
No, that's a problem. And for me, I play Dynasty in a much shorter 2-year window. You know, these seem to be clear rebuild for contender trades, and the rebuilder is not getting enough out of the bag or whatever.
Yeah, it just seems like you could hold on to McCaffrey, and if he starts the season healthy, which he is right now, he's a top 5 running back in the league.
Yep.
And then you can sell them for more than just a single first round pick.
Have you looked at their schedule? Like their toughest team is the Texans. Like their schedule is just obnoxious.
Easiest schedule in the league, I believe.
Yep.
The last McCaffrey trade, this one's a little bit bigger, so you're going to have to maybe, compartmentalize this or write it down, Scott.
Okay.
All right. It's McCaffrey and Travis Kelce.
Okay.
Again, for Amon-Ra St. Brown, Devon Vele.
Okay.
And a 2026 second and 4th.
Yep.
So this is
Kelce and McCaffrey.
Amon-Ra and a couple of picks that aren't first round picks for McCaffrey and Kelce.
Yep. Give me Kelce and McCaffrey, but you have to realize that is a total contender move because I feel I'm in the camp that this is Kelce's last year.
Yeah, I am too.
So you're getting nothing out of him next year. Amon-Ra is a great long-term dynasty asset. And if you told me this was McCaffrey for Amon-Ra, I would take the Amon-Ra side. I just think Kelce in this final year, especially if you're contending, is probably better than the 2, the 4, and the Saints newly acquired 27-year-old Devon Vele, who has no one throwing to him. And so definitely not Jake Haener, who got released.
You're a true Travis Kelce believer for this year.
I believe it for this year. I do. I feel like it's going to be Brady Gronk, getting him his incentives, putting him out, like letting him go off into the sunset on a great year. And I think you think that Travis Kelce's hurting for money and he needs these incentives right now? No, not incentives. I think he wants to go out playing awesome. Like have a great year. I don't think he gives a crap about the incentives. I think he wants to have a really fun, great season.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next guy. One of our favorites from Fantasy Football Weekly, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, who we all call Bill. There's been some strange Bill trades going on, and a lot of it's come in the last week after the Brian Robinson trade to the Niners. So Bill alone for a second and a third round pick next year.
I mean, I get it because Bill is a guy that you were grabbing in the third or fourth this year, and you can hope to strike gold twice next year. I'm probably taking Bill. I think the Washington Commanders are a team on the rise. I mean, it's hard to be on the rise when you go to the NFC Championship game, but their offense and fantasy players are something I want a part of right now. They made a clear sign trading Brian Robinson Jr. that Krosky Merritt had kind of won that job and that they are going to split with Eckler, and Eckler might be dang near on his last year as well. Yeah. I think I'm taking Bill here.
All right. Here's one that's straight up player for player. I thought this one is interesting. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt for Jameson Williams.
Whew. And this is dynasty.
This is dynasty. Which side are you on this one?
I'm personally taking Jameson Williams, but I think that's a good trade because either way, I'm taking Jameson Williams. I think the breakout is finally coming. I think we saw it at the end of last year. Dan Campbell has spoken pretty openly about it early in this, off season and throughout the off season. Really, the drumbeat has been there for him. I know that they lost Ben Johnson. I still think this is probably where we start to see Jameson Williams start to break out. I mean, we're talking about a first round talent out of Alabama that just, injuries and gambling kept him off the field quite a bit. But once he got a full
PEDs, he got
PEDs
as well.
But now he's older, he's matured.
Yeah, he's totally got it now.
Yeah.
All right, last Bill trade. This one was kind of a big one. So is Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, his teammate Terry McLaurin, and Garrett Wilson for Jahmyr Gibbs.
Okay.
And then it's Keenan Allen and Romeo Doubs were the other pieces. So it's kind of basically just Gibbs.
It's so Gibbs for McLaurin, Krosky Merritt, and what was the third piece?
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. Oh my gosh. Wow. I think I got to take the haul on that one. I think I got to take the package. You're putting all your eggs in one basket that is by far the best piece in the trade. And there's sentiment that you always want to get the best piece in that trade. But man, those are 3 starters in any dynasty league. You're getting 3 starters. And you could probably trade other pieces or one of those pieces and get a Jahmyr Gibbs type talent somewhere else. Not Jahmyr Gibbs, apparently, though.
Yeah, not Jahmyr Gibbs, apparently. But I thought that one was one of the more tasty trades that I found on the machine today.
That is.
All right, next guy, Justin Fields. I got Justin Fields and Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt together in a trade for Jackson Dart.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, the Dart hype.
Believer in Jackson Dart out there.
That Giants team is not good. I could see Dart. I came into this year in the camp that Dart should sit a year. And in preseason he looked, probably better than I thought he would at NFL level already. And that team's so bad he might get some play later in the season. But man, I'm taking the package on this. You've been around this industry for a long time. The amount of quarterbacks I've seen miss, especially first round quarterbacks, and especially first round quarterbacks that don't start right away. Whew, that is a hill to climb.
The theme on these Justin Fields trades to me is people don't think very much of Justin Fields. There are not very many believers out there because we have Justin Fields for Matthew Golden straight up as the next trade.
Do people not know Justin Fields went to college with Garrett Wilson? I mean,
no, I don't think they do.
It's a joke. So Justin Fields straight up for who was it?
Matthew Golden of the Packers.
Oh,
The Golden Boy.
I mean, in one QB, this might be golden for me. I like Golden, and I think it's a longer term play. In one QB, I probably won't care as much about Fields because he's going as your QB2 or QB3, even probably your QB3.
Yeah.
But in Superflex, that's a fairly cheap price to get a starting quarterback who's all but guaranteed to start the whole season for the Jets.
Yeah.
So I think Superflex might sway it, but most of the time I'm probably taking Golden.
All right. I got two more Justin Fields ones that were good. First one, Fields, DK Metcalf, and Sam Laporta.
Okay.
So three pretty solid players here for Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Darnold.
Does it say if it's Superflex or a single QB?
I did say it was Superflex. I put that in the search.
Okay, I missed that. Okay, so that last one is a lot closer for Fields and Golden.
Yeah.
Okay, so Amon-Ra,
Amon-Ra and Darnold together for a
for
package of Fields, DK, and Laporta.
I'm probably taking Fields, DK, and Laporta. I like Fields more than Darnold this year. I think Amon-Ra is well ahead of DK, but it wouldn't shock me to see DK have a really good year.
But you get DK and Laporta.
But that's where I'm going. But Laporta, to get a probably a year-over-year top 8-ish tight end in a dynasty, I'll take it. That I'm not having to worry about tight end for quite a while then.
All day, baby. Last one, Justin Fields and Devontae Adams for Bo Nix.
Honestly, I'm taking Bo Nix in Superflex.
Okay.
I'm taking Bo Nix. I like what they're trying to do with him there. I like the odds of him progressing. He runs so much more than I thought he would, and especially around the goal line. As we've seen with every other quarterback, that will taper off, but I've liked what I've seen, like what they're doing with Bo Nix. And
buying the Bo Nix hype train.
Though it's just that I think that I still believe in Fields for this year and Devontae Adams for this year, but in Dynasty, I might have a super flex quarterback for 6, 7, 8 years, whereas the other two, I think they're gone in a couple, maybe even one.
Mm-hmm. All right, last guy that we're going to talk about, Marvin Harrison Jr., my cousin. This trade happened in one of my Superflex Dynasty leagues. How about this?
He goes by Mar, though. He goes by Mar with one R.
Mar.
Harrison and Matt Harrison.
Yeah. Kyler Murray was traded for Marvin Harrison plus a second-round pick.
Wow. I think I'm taking Harrison in the second here, even in Superflex.
Mm-hmm.
That
happened in one of my leagues.
That is a tough one, though. That I get it. Anytime you can get a starting quarterback in Superflex via trade is pretty. It tells you how expensive it is to get a Superflex quarterback, especially a starter in trade.
Yeah,
but I think I'd still rather have Marvin in a second.
All right. How about here? Bill's back again. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt and Marvin Harrison for Kyler Murray, AJ Brown, and 2 late-round picks. I believe they were a third and a fourth.
Wow.
The late-round picks don't do much in this. Yeah, super flex. So it's Kyler and AJ Brown for JCM and Marvin.
Yeah, it's got to be Kyler and Brown. It's got to be Kyler Brown and the 2 picks.
Yeah.
I think wow, that's interesting. That's what I love about Dynasty. I think the overwhelming vast majority of Dynasty trades, if you throw them into a calculator, come in between 1.2x and 1.8x value on one side. And you will often see people pay double on one side. Settings matter so much. If you're rebuilding or contending matter so much. It makes valuation tricky at times just on paper.
All right, I got 2 more Marvin Harrison trades, and they're both pretty good ones. That's why I had to put both of them on here. So it was Marvin Harrison, and they haven't had their rookie draft yet, obviously. This year's 209 for Chase Brown, and this year's 111.
Oh, wow. I'm probably going the 111 and Chase Brown.
I would too.
Yeah, Chase Brown. I was having he was so good last year, but more than that, like I was talking to someone this weekend on a show that they're like, I don't know if that 11 touchdowns is replicable. And I'm like, this Bengals offense is awesome. Like his explosives are great. His pass catching, he had over 50 catches. He's probably going to do it again. But his touchdowns at 11, Joe Mixon last year had 12. The year before he had 9, but Pirine knocked in 6. The year before that was 16. Like it's double-digit running back touchdowns for the Bengals every year. Over the last 2 years, they run the ball inside the 5 over 80% of the time. Like Chase Brown is gonna near 10 touchdowns again, and he gets everything, gets the pass catching, and you're getting the better draft pick. I just have a lot more faith in that one.
Yeah, you're moving up 10 spots in the draft.
Yeah, that is a big jump.
I like that one a lot. I know I've been in some trade negotiations with a few players in some of my leagues recently, and just hearing how much a lot of dynasty players value wide receivers more than running backs.
Yeah,
is super interesting to me right now.
Yeah.
So I'm on the running back train right now a lot. So
yeah,
and here's our final trade, and it's got a big name running back in it. Saquon Barkley and Marvin Harrison. The other side, Justin Jefferson.
Oh, wow. Wow.
You get that trade offer. What do you do, Scott?
That is incredible. I think I'm still staying on the Jefferson side, but if I'm anywhere near contending, it might be Barkley Harrison. I think I'd rather stick with Jefferson. But on the Barkley side, he had nearly 400 touches last year.
Yeah.
Like the amount of running backs, basically all of them, that take a major downturn after that and many injuries.
Mm-hmm.
God, that feels. If anything happens to Barkley, then you traded Harrison for Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, there you go.
I
thought that one.
That's an incredible trade.
I love blockbuster trades like that in leagues where, two of the, top 6-ish players in fantasy football right now are being moved.
Yeah.
Those
Three first round picks basically in that. Yeah. Well, actually, Harrison's not. No, 2 first round picks in that.
Yeah. Super fun. All right. Let's talk about who are 2 guys that you're trying to acquire in Dynasty before the season begins, because you think it's about to go to the moon for them. I'll let you start if you want to go first.
So, this brings up a point with me where I'm like, I have no problem buying a player at a high price, because I believe the price probably will go up. And I have
buy high because it's going higher.
No, buy high. Like after Justin Jefferson's rookie year, and if you bought high, you're great for years. Who cares that you spent? Like this isn't. If you're trying to acquire someone, it doesn't have to always be a deep sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are guys like Brian Thomas Jr. who could absolutely be a number 1 in this league for many, many years who I'd buy high. But right now, since you did 2 wide receivers, I'm teasing it now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do 2 tight ends that I think are ranked probably in the top 10 by most people. But I think at the end of the season, we're going to realize that, you got some really good long-term assets there. And the first one's Tyler Warren, who's usually, between 4 and 8 of tight ends. He could easily be the Bowers McBride type for the Indianapolis Colts. The problem is, I think what's drowning him right now a little bit is the quarterback situation. But in Dynasty, his talent level is right up there with a guy like Bowers.
Yeah. Well, and I don't think that Danny Dimes hurts Warren either. I think it actually kind of helps him. And Brock Bowers did all of that work last year with Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew. So I feel like Danny Dimes can probably deliver a top 10 tight end. I believe he did with Evan Engram back in the day. So
yeah. And in Dynasty, I enjoy getting really good at tight end and quarterback so that I can throw a billion darts at running backs and wide receivers.
Yeah.
So I love having a stud tight end in Dynasty, and that's part of why I'm going with this.
All right. My first guy that I want to try to acquire, and it's kind of a buy high guy, is Drake London. Final 3 weeks of the regular season when Penix and London were finally together. Started with 8 targets, 5 catches, and 59 yards. That's all right. We'll take that. Then it was 13 targets, 7 catches, and 106 yards.
Jeez.
And in week 18, 18 targets, 10 catches, 187 yards, and 2 scores. He averaged 7 receptions and 117 yards per game in Penix starts. And if the London owner doesn't know that yet, maybe it's time to send an offer.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that one. He was highly touted coming out, and I think his value tanked for a lot of people for various reasons over the last couple of years, and they just don't realize that, with this new quarterback and new offense, he could easily find himself in the first 2 rounds of fantasy. He's really a second-round fantasy draft right now, I think.
Yeah, maybe I believe he is, but I think he can definitely vault into that first-round group.
Absolutely.
All right, what's your second one, Scott?
I'm sticking at tight end with Tyler Kraft, who you can get late in redraft, which I really like. In Dynasty, he's probably up a little higher, but he's still 25. He's a South Dakota State jackrabbit.
Oh, there you
go. But it's one of those things where I don't think people realize how good he was last year. He scored 7 touchdowns. He had 50 plus receptions. He had 700 plus yards. I think that offense is probably on the rise. It feels like it's on the rise. If Golden pans out, I don't think that hurts him as much as rising tide raises all boats and keeps him open. And it feels like, just based on the sheer number of games, he had 4, 5, 6, 7 targets, that Jordan Love really likes him as a safety valve. So I feel like I wouldn't be shocked if Tucker Kraft finds his way into like a top 5 tight end as Kelsey and Mark Andrews and guys like that drop out, drop down. I wouldn't be surprised if we were going into next year and people are like, Tucker Kraft, a top 5 or 6 tight end.
Yeah. Do you think that there's just too many boats in the Green Bay, though?
In the marina, the Green Bay Marina?
There's so many boats. Not all the boats can catch footballs.
Quite literally, if you watch Wicks and Dubs sometimes and Christian Watson alligator arming it, that might also be a thing in why he likes Kraft, is because Kraft isn't dropping the ball.
Well, and it seems like Kraft is, of the guys, probably more guaranteed to be on the field, just because he's going to be out there in single tight end sets. Yep. And the wide receivers, like we've already mentioned, 5 deep there with Jaden Reed too. So they're going to cycle through their wide receivers, and you might not see your guy catch all the passes you want him to. I'm still in the mindset of, if you like the Packers offense, draft Jordan Love.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. All right, my last guy, Rashee Rice. For me, the cost has never been lower on a guy who's
this might be his all-time low cost right now. This is a great one. When I saw you put that down, I'm like, yep.
Coming off a significant injury, he's got a half-season suspension that we all know is coming about October 1st.
Yep.
We've never questioned the talent or the offense or the quarterback, and if you're a rebuilding team, you go try to get Rashee Rice right now.
He was so good when healthy and not suspended. Yeah, absolutely not.
And even if you're a team that maybe, like, if you're a 3 wide receiver league and you have 3 wide receivers that can start right now, go see if you can get Rashee Rice as your 4th wide receiver and just kind of, ditch him in your flex for the first couple of weeks while he is playing. And then if you can survive to the end of the season, you got a pretty good player there at for I think a very small cost.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, Scott, anything else that you got going on this week or you want to plug?
I don't think so. Keep an eye on Safe Leagues for when we sometimes have teams come available during the season. Maybe someone disappeared, or maybe someone is leaving after the season, and they're willing to let the team go early, and so that a new owner can take it over and make it their own while trading is still available in season. Yeah, just keep an eye on the SafeLeaguesFantasy.com site if you want to grab an orphan mid-season. We have some available sometimes. Other than that, no, not really anything else to plug. I guess I used to tag everything with, if you are in a fantasy league, consider donating 1 entry fee to charity. There's a nice roundup for charity button on LeagueSafe when joining a league that you can donate to Fantasy Cares, and we do a ton of good with that money.
Yeah, I forgot to look before the podcast started to how much we're up to. I think we're above $30,000 in donations to Fantasy Cares this year alone.
That's incredible.
And that's really thanks to everybody who uses LeagueSafe and is just like, sure, I'll make my 5401 into $55, and that 99 cents just goes right to kids. And
it's truly awesome.
It's a really cool thing. So, all right, dude. Thank you, Scott, for joining. You can find Scott Fish at ScottFish24 on Twitter. You can find me at Explosive Output. And man, I'm super excited for this season and just to be able to talk to you every week and pick your brain on some of the best fantasy plays and strategies to help you win your season.
I'm excited for it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. Before we go, I wanted to remind everybody that the preseason battle pass is now available in the Game Blazers app with the premium upgrade at just $14.99. Upgrading to premium means double the total rewards for achieving level 10 and free common packs. You get modifiers like a 1-month extension and a multiplier boost. I don't know what that means, but you do. The battle pass is just one of many ways Game Blazers delivers on excitement beyond the final whistle. Build your ultimate fantasy team with Game Blazers. This was Fantasy Football Almost Daily, and we'll see you tomorrow, maybe.
Subtract